I've been around and doing it, but now it's my time to shine and start proving it. I'm losing it, I'm moving it. The city is where I'm made, Bostonian flow, I kick it in back bay. Yeah, I got game, God in a fan way. We the city of the champs, every sport we play. Spit wetter than the harbor, yeah, I'm flowing like the Charles. I be speeding on this beat, call it turnpike miles. Yeah, it's Boo signing on, John to the Hancock, and I'm always key, I'm ready to unlock. I be doing big things, don't even have a deal. Yeah, I battle through these.
Welcome back, everyone, to the newest edition of Once a Week. I'm Billy Giannouloudis, and we're closing in on a milestone today. Next week marks 5 straight years of Once a Week every single Sunday. And to say where it's come from day one out in the freezing woods to right now, you can see the growth, but you can see the reach expand just as much. Holding yourself accountable and dedicated to pursue that which is on your heart to pursue brings with it growth for every single area in your life. So if you've been a subscriber from day one, you have no idea how much I appreciate that. And if this is your first time tuning into Once a Week or a Once a Week message, I appreciate you being here. Hit that subscribe button below so you don't miss a video coming at you every single Sunday from this point onward. Year 4, last week. First week of year 5 starts next Sunday. Before we get this message rolling today, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who came out and made the 4U22 Self-Improvement Seminar last week something absolutely incredible. We dove so deep into a few different concepts, but from the response, a lot of people left there with a new perspective and a new energy to go about life for this year. So I thank you for being there. And if you weren't able to make it, keep your eyes open because we're trying to do the next one bigger, better, and bringing you so much more. Because it's already on the way. But let's change gears right now, straight into today's message. As you can see from the title, take the time. I've noticed come to the end of month 1 of this year, so many people are just running on E. The first few weeks of the new year are go, go, go for a lot of people. But now, we're all feeling the effects. Whether it's a New Year's resolution that you've been after or you've been pursuing, or maybe it's something as simple as just getting back in the swing of things for work. But that go, go, go mentality, life we've talked about in the past, it's just so draining. But how do we continue? How do we continue to make the progress that we want when what we want deserves the time and deserves the energy? And the shift that I want you guys to think about today, I want you to focus on today, is actually allowing yourself the time to rest. We've discussed many different areas around the human being and the human doing concept, but there's so many inspiring people out there today that explain the go-getter mentality. The idea that whatever you want needs to be here right now, not tomorrow, but now. That can be motivating to hear, it can be motivating to get up and get moving, but there's different parts to the journey that you're on. Your journey is individual to you. My journey is individual to me. The pursuit that you're on will be accomplished in its time. In its time. If we get everything that we want on our timetables, we destroy ourselves. And being on E is a fragment of that you might be feeling right now. The goals that you have, the journey that you're on is meant for you and will be accomplished. If you're a faithful person, you can trust that it's already written that you will accomplish the dream that you were given. Whatever is on your heart is there for a reason. With the journey that you're on, the growth in you is created between where you are now and where you want to be. It takes time to become the person that you're meant to be and to become the person who accomplishes the goal that you're pursuing. You're being crafted into that person. But in that, you need to give yourself the time to rest when it's needed. Whether it's a Sunday as most do, or it's an hour when you can. If you are constantly exerting your energy, 1, you become drained. You mentioned that. But 2, in some ways, you end up working against your goal. If you're running on E and have no energy, you open up the door for many lower levels to start pouring into your life. Life isn't a race to be won in a day, but a blessing to be lived moment by moment. That's the victory. Your goal or dream ends up being just the cherry on top because you pursued it and you were crafted every step of the way. But to give yourself the time rejuvenates you. It allows you to pick the ball back up again and keep going and keep moving forward. But it also allows you to see different perspectives and different routes to your goal that you might have overlooked if you just kept your head down the entire time, the entire step. We need to pick our heads up every once in a while to rest, but also to see how far we've actually come from when we started. Because everything in this life comes in the time that it is meant to. When you take the step back to rest, even for a moment, or to allow yourself to focus on what else is important in your life, here's a deep thought and a deep fact for you to bring it to that. You are actually allowing God or the universe to bring in that which you are seeking. No matter what culture we come from, we are told how supported we actually are. But you need to believe it. Sometimes the draining, the feeling, like we're being on E right now, is a sign that we've done all we can do, and now it is time to give it to God and let Him do what He does. That's when momentum comes into your life. That's when you're rejuvenated. It's not just on your shoulders as much as you might think. When we can take the time for ourselves, we're saying, I trust. And we are decompressing, which allows other factors to bring in what we want. The support is there. If you got eyes that see it, oh my goodness, do you see it? But you have to allow yourself to. That's why when I see people so stressed, I know where their focus is. They feel they need to do it all on their own. I get it. I've been there. I still go into that phase every once in a while. But to know that if you give yourself rest as we're supposed to do, you're actually taking a step forward and not backward. Nothing stops. It just keeps moving forward in a different way. Why not? We need to enjoy the journey to our dreams and our goals. We need to enjoy the journey into who we are meant to be. Taking the time to do so allows that joy to just come in. It flows in. And joy is one of the greatest chargers in the world. Watch how much energy surges through you when that is your perspective moving forward. When that joy is what you feel, there is no empty tank. You've got to take the time for yourself. You've got to relax, to rejuvenate, because that's progress in itself. Don't lose sight of the joy on the journey because you want someone or you want something now. And it might not be the time that it's meant to come to you. Relax and let it come as it will. Give yourself the time and then get back up and hit the ground running again. It is the greatest way to make further progress in any area of your life. So work with it and see how great it feels for the weight to just fall off your shoulders because it wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. I'm going to cap it right there. If you guys have questions on how this might work for you specifically, comment below or find me on social media. Or you can go to BillyGLifeCoaching.com and you can set up a free strategy session with me, and I'm going to be right there for you. We will dive into it together and get you to where you need to be. If you want to continue the process, we can do that too. I want to be right there for you and in your corner helping you to your goal. And if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button below. Hit that like button. We want to get that number up. We want to spread it to more people. And you can have a part in that right now. Share this message to someone who you feel might need to hear it. Someone who needs to take the time for themselves and see what's actually happening. Help them out with this and reach out a hand. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button below so you don't miss another once a week message going into year 5. This is the end of year 4 right now. Let's start fresh. Until next week, guys.
You know I've been around and doing it, but now it's my time to shine and start proving it. I'm losing it, I'm moving it. The city is wearing